Guys, we got a really cool guest on tonight. I do these podcasts for a slew of different reasons, right? I like to have big hitting real estate agents on, people who do different things in the real estate industry, because it helps realtors, right? That's the goal. Help realtors, help buyers, help sellers, just help is the goal. But when it comes to people locally who are doing phenomenal things for phenomenal people, I absolutely want to help in any way, because if I didn't know about that message, I'd want to know about it. So today we've got the absolute privilege of having Dr. RT with the coming soon USA Dental here in Tradition. Man, it's awesome having you. I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you so much, Joe. You're awesome, man. I appreciate being on your show.
You're awesome. You got a huge, listen, it's dentistry, right? Which when you hear that, you think, cool, the guy cleans teeth, great. But what you're doing has such a deeper vision. It's such a bigger thing. I'm just going to shut up, and I want you to tell us, what is it you're doing with your dental office that is so distinct, so different?
Awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. So when I created the idea of USA Dental, I said to myself, okay, I'm a dentist. That's great. There's a lot of dentists. That's not unique, right? And there's a lot of good dentists and maybe not so good ones. I happen to be a good one, but I'm biased. But I said, how can I tie in something that is a passion of mine beyond just dentistry? How can we leave a legacy behind aside from me just doing a really good crown or implant or something like that on you? And so I said, all right, I have to sit and think for a second of who am I at the core? What is valuable to me? What do I appreciate most in life? And what do I want to support? And so I said, okay, well, I really took quite a bit of a learning lesson in my life from my grandfathers, one that passed before I got to really know him well, and one that's still alive at 90, 95 years old.
Wow.
Yesterday in Miami. And let me tell you a little bit about them, because they kind of crafted that vision. They crafted this passion that I have for helping veterans. My grandfather on my dad's side came from Cuba. He's a pediatric cardiologist, one of the most brilliant minds I've ever met in my life. And I've met a ton of them. Yeah. And he gave everything up in Cuba to come over to the United States because he knew that this was the best country on earth and he could prosper here. And that was right when Castro was taking over, and basically everything was hopeless. He had worked his whole life. He was a star amongst the doctors in Cuba. He was about ready to build a hospital. And he said, I'm going where I can do well and where I know my thought process is aligned with that country. And that was the United States. So that was, my Cuban heritage. Now, my mom's side, which is Irish-German, her father, my grandfather on her side, fought in World War II. He jumped on D-Day on the beaches of Normandy. He fought the Nazis. He even fought in the Korean War, the first one. So I said to myself, from my grandfathers, I have this sort of bleeding heart of patriotism that I believe that this country is the best country on earth. It's not perfect. There's a lot of political mess that I don't want to get into any of that stuff. I never want to hear the word politics in my office ever. But freedom inherently is not free. The system that we've created was crafted by the blood, sweat, and tears by our men and women in uniform. And so I said, those are the people I should help, because those are the people who make it possible for my grandfather who came from Cuba, my other grandfather who fought for opportunities like that, and for the opportunity for me to be able to do what I'm doing on a daily basis. And I just have a gratefulness to that. And our men and women in uniform, and especially those that went and fought in active combat and came back wounded, we owe a debt of gratitude to them. And I'm going to do my best in my power in order to pay it forward the best that I can. So that's the story.
You've got a couple really cool ideas that you're either implementing or you're kind of working out how you're going to implement when it comes to veterans. Can you share some of those with us?
Yeah, man, absolutely. So first of all, we want to do a biannual Veteran Day where basically on 4th of July and probably Memorial Day, but we may choose another date, even Veterans Day. We have veterans just flood the office, and it's kind of a down and dirty, mostly a one-off for veterans that just can't afford dental care. This is not for your regular vet who's, they're doing well off. This is for the guy that, like, man, he's got this tooth that needs to come out. It's hot. He can't afford to even get that thing pulled. He needs oral hygiene of some sort. And it's just to get him in, at least get that done. It's like I say, down and dirty. It's not the type of dentistry I'd like to practice on a daily, but if I can help as many vets in one day as possible with that, it's so much fun. We've done it in the past, usually once a year, but I want to up it to twice a year. So that's the first one. The second is we have a dental membership program, which I'll go into that a little bit later. Just the benefits of it are insane. The membership program costs $200 a year. I'm basically giving that to all veterans at no cost.
Wow.
So they get grandfathered into the program automatically.
What does that do for you?
So a lot of my dental buddies told me I'm crazy, but
I already love it. Now I love it.
Yeah. Well, what I've learned is systems really make any business prosper.
Yep.
And disruption to the market makes it prosper even more. It's the fuel to the fire. So my dental savings program is disruptive. It is basically undermining any other dental membership program out there. And to be honest, all dental insurance programs. This is what it does. So for $200 a year, you get your annual exam and x-rays for free. You get 2 basic cleanings for free a year. You get 2 emergency exams a year for free. You also get a free CT scan if you're getting an implant. Free. That's usually $400 by itself for a CT scan. You go to any dentist around town, you want a CT scan, even if you don't do the damn implant, they'll take a CT scan on you, say, hey, that's $400. By the way, you don't have enough bone for an implant. So right off the bat, those are the first little things, but that's not really the biggest portion of the plan. That's amazing. The biggest portion of the plan, 30% off of dentistry across the board. It's simple. It's easy. I hate seeing these dental membership plans where there's so many little fine print things that, it doesn't cover this and there's a special little plan for that. No, that hurts my brain. I think simple. Give them a nice, fat, juicy discount. Why? It makes them happy. It gives them an opportunity to get treatment done that they normally wouldn't do. They come back, they tell their friends, everybody's happy, right? Plus, I hate insurance companies to begin with. So if I can have more people just coming in and they're happy and I don't have to deal with insurance, it's great. So it's a win-win. And there's a whole host of other things. I mean, there's no waiting periods. There's no deductibles. There's no have you ever heard of a missing tooth clause? This is the most ridiculous thing you ever hear in your life. As a dentist, I didn't even get it. I was like, and I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm like, what's a missing tooth clause? So a lot of insurance companies have a missing tooth clause. And what this is basically like a pre-existing condition. If you're missing a tooth, Joe Rosen, you want, like, let's say an implant or a dental bridge. Yeah. That's great. Well, go sign up for your insurance plan. And because you already had that tooth missing, they're not going to pay for it.
Yeah, really?
So that's a little caveat that a lot of people don't know. And so my instinct is, let me try to simplify. Let me try to break down barriers. Let me try to be disruptive in the sense that it just makes sense. I like to do things that just make sense. They're easy. They're honest. They check so many boxes that everybody's happy. When you have a win-win, things go well.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that because, I mean, all of us pay insurance, right? You go in and nobody knows what the hell their insurance covers unless you use it all the time, right? And you're going to forget because you've got life insurance, you got health insurance, you got dental insurance, you got so many different insurances. They all work differently. So having a program like that, like you said, it doesn't hurt your brain. It doesn't hurt my brain either.
Right. It's easy.
Simple.
I mean, even as a dentist, so we have to have the girls call up these insurance companies, sit on the phone for a half hour to get a breakdown of what they'll cover, what they won't cover, when they'll cover. I mean, no, enough is enough, right? And there's a reason, not to knock any dental insurance companies, but there's a reason why they have giant buildings. Patients don't get much for their money and doctors don't really like them.
Yeah.
It's the middleman. So
what did you do before this?
So I've been a dentist for over 8 years, and I worked for a big corporate dental group. I won't say their name just to, for privacy and things like that for them mostly, but they're a great company. Don't get me wrong. And my background is both in medicine and dentistry. So I'm a physician and a dentist. And, things kind of worked in a weird way. We take on, different travels through life. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to continue on with dentistry and hang up my doctor coat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm addicted to business. I love it. To me, it's a game for adults, right? There's so many variables and there's so many ways to win. And as soon as you figure out how to win, you better not get comfortable because the game's going to change, right? And I love that aspect of it. When you were with another dental office, you probably had a really good, comfy life. What is it that made you want to get out of there and take all these risks as a brand new business owner?
Yeah. How can I say this? It partly was ambition, right?
Yeah. You can see that in you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And partly was creating my own vision, right? I believe in well, you've heard YOLO, right? You only live once. And the problem is usually we hear YOLO and we put a negative connotation to it. And that is, go party and have drinks. No, I think, look, you have one shot at this life. That's it. There's no going back. Every day you lose, that's in the bank. Yep. And so I said, and when I say that, let me preface that the company I was working with was going to offer me quite a few offices in the Miami market. And that would have been great and all that. But I said, God, I need to do my own thing. I need to create my own vision, my own dream, and make that happen because I only got one shot at it. And that was sort of the nidus for USA Dental. I mean, that's where it all started was, what legacy do you want to leave behind on this world when you're done?
I love that. Shot. I love that. So now how big is your staff? How many you got on staff right now?
So right now we're bare bones because, we're trying to build up. So I have a front staff, I have a dental assistant, and I'm going to probably pull the trigger on a dental hygienist here.
Okay. So you've got a big vision. You got a big vision with a big why behind it. What are you doing? Like, are you a part of all of the hirings? Are you a part of all those interviews?
Yeah.
And is your why a big part of that interview?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Because in my eyes, the culture of any organization needs to be so loud that the minute the person walks through the door, they need to understand exactly what you're about. They have to understand that. And if your staff's not on board with that, you hired the wrong staff. You don't have the right people in your organization.
I love that.
My staff is amazing. They are 100% on board. In fact, one of them that I have on staff, both of her sons are in the military. One's Air Force, one's Marine. I'm sorry, Toby. If I get this wrong, please don't kill me. And she sent me an email, she went on Facebook and said, "Look, what you put on your website and the video you put on Facebook, it touched me. Like, that really means something to me, more than just a job." And she's like, "I want to be a part of that." I said, "Absolutely, let's talk." And it turns out she's phenomenal. I can't wait to start working with her.
Doesn't that feel amazing though?
Yeah,
it fits the business, it fits all that great stuff, but it fits the mission, the vision.
Yeah.
Isn't that just heartwarming?
Yeah, because it's not just a job. You can get a job anywhere. Go work for another dental office. Do you believe in the message, the vision, the values? On my website, you'll see something called Trust, Value, Pride. It's what we stand for. And it's very clearly outlined. And my staff knows exactly what that means. And if they don't, we'll go over it every day in morning huddle till they get it. And that trust and value and pride needs to be ingrained in every person that walks in USA Dental. As an employee, they need to radiate the vision and the mission so that it's crystal clear.
Now, you talked about your family, right? And a lot of them they had a military background. And so I can see the connection between you and the military and some of those different things you want to do. But when it comes to the passion, the strong why, those different, mission statements that you've got put together there, is that coming from that, or where is that coming from? How long have you had that? Were you like that as a kid?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why, but I've always sort of had this like, damn, I love my country. I mean, it's really always been that way. But I never really applied it to, a business because, I didn't have my own business, right? And I never really was able to craft it in a way that I could actually do something with it other than just saying, "Hey, man, I got an American flag shirt. I love this place. It's great." Like, support your troops. Well, now I feel like I can in my own way.
So you've got a Facebook page, and I want you to share with us exactly what it is, because I want anybody watching this, if you're a vet, go check it out. He's going to put a lot of those vet events that he was talking about on that page so you can see it, right? So you'll see all the updates. You can get in there. He's starting to take his patients here coming up. When's your first patient being seen?
February 1st.
February 1st, man. So all this stuff you can put in there. And listen, guys, if you can get on there and share some of this stuff, it might not really benefit you, right? But if it benefits somebody else who doesn't have the dental that they like, who isn't happy with their dentist, who is a vet and doesn't have the money to do a lot of this stuff, and they can benefit from some of the stuff that Dr. RT is talking about. Holy smokes, would that really... Yeah, it's going to help out Dr. RT, but it's really going to help out those veterans, those other people. So I think it'd be great if you can get on there, like his page, share some of the different things he's throwing on there. That'd be awesome. And you got a big event coming up here in, 11 days? Tell us about that. When is it? Where is it? What is it?
It is going to be awesome. So I don't know. I'm really proud of it. So it's going to be at my office, USA Dental, and that's in Tradition on Village Parkway. You guys, I'm sure, can find it on Google. And it's going to be on the 30th of January, so coming up at 3 p.m. And we're going to have, obviously, office tours and stuff like that. Most everything's going to be outside. We're going to take COVID precautions and things like that. We don't want anyone getting sick. But you'll be able to see the inside of the office. You'll be able to meet me and talk. We're going to have the Port St Lucie marching band with about 30 members playing a lot of patriotic music, drumming it up. St. Lucie Dance Theater with Chris Prisco and Gina Prisco will be out there doing again some patriotic performances. My own niece is going to sing the national anthem. We're going to have DDS for vets out there, and they're going to do some demonstrations as well. Kona Ice will be there. Even Mission Barbecue is going to come out and sponsor some food for us and just make it happen. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm very happy and also very thankful for a lot of the people that kind of helped me make this happen, including you, Joe.
I've heard you got a lot of great people coming that you didn't even mention. You mentioned a lot of really fun stuff, a lot of big things going on, but you're going to have a big, big gathering there, and it's going to be awesome, man. What a great start to a great future. I'm just excited for you, and I'm such a why-driven person, a purpose-driven person, and to see other people come in and meld that with whatever their passion is. To me, I am addicted to that stuff. So, my man, I am so excited to see what your business is going to look like in a year, in 3 years, and 5 years. If there's any way I can ever help you, if there's any way I can promote anything, if there's any way I can connect you with anybody, please just ask, because I am addicted to what you've got going on, man. It is awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you for your service as a veteran yourself. Freedom is not free.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Again, you heard him. It's going to be on the 30th over at his office. I'm not going to tell you his address. I'm going to push you to his Facebook page where you can find all that stuff. And what's the Facebook page called?
So it's USA Dental Social. And we're working on getting it to be USA Dental. Somebody apparently stole that name a long time ago. So we're working on capturing that name. But it's USA Dental Social.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thanks again. I sincerely appreciate it. We all look forward to seeing you grow, and we'll see you here in 11 days, my man.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. See you soon, everybody.